Joining us now live on the South Shores Morning News, we have Kari MacRae. Kari was a state Senate candidate in the last election, and she has already announced that she's making a run again in 2026 for the Plymouth Barnstable State Senate seat. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Now, Kari, of course, you ran as a Republican. I know you're still running as a Republican. What made you decide to come out so early for next year's election?
Well, the reason why I came out so early was because I think that we need to make sure that we're prepared, that, the Democrats in the state of Massachusetts are very well organized, very well funded. And, to be successful, I wanted to make sure that, I announced early. I did have a conversation with Matt Muratori already, letting him know I was running. I know he's looking at other positions, some said maybe even lieutenant governor. So I don't think we're going to see the last of Matt either. But, it's important to be out there right now to have to gain all the support and let people know that, 3 times the charm. I ran in 22 against the incumbent, Sue Moran, and, garnered 44% of the vote in my first time running. And then, obviously, we had a primary between me and Matt. And, unfortunately, he wasn't successful when it came to running against Dylan Fernandes. It was a 49-51 race. And after, really looking at the numbers, I think that the seat is more of a Republican, if not, independent, strong, common sense seat. And that's why we decided to definitely jump in again.
What do you think the 3 big issues will be going forward in this campaign? Will they vary at all from your last run?
I don't think that they're going to. Obviously we have, President Donald J. Trump now, who is, following the law and making some big strides when it comes to the illegal immigration. Obviously, that's something that is going to be more challenging here in Massachusetts, but we are having success. I think that the cost of living, especially when it comes to housing and the electricity and so on and so forth, that's something that is really, really a concern for so many. And then, I think it's really about the cost of living and the immigration. I think those are really the 2 talking points. If I was going to say third, I would say probably, ensuring that our children are having success in schools. And between the pandemic and still, reaping havoc on the schools, and then our DEI and other social justice things that are, embedded into a lot of the curriculum and in the schools as a focus, that's really impacting and impeding our kids in success. When you have students that are graduating high school with 5th to 7th grade reading levels, that tells me that we need to do better by our students. We had our kickoff last night at the Flying Bridge down in Falmouth. There were 100 plus in attendance. We raised just about $10,000 for a kickoff in March of 2025 for a race in 2026. And I think that says a lot about people being excited, supportive, and realizing we need to start now.
Absolutely. Now, if people want to find out more about where you stand on the issues in your campaign, do you have a website or a Facebook page that they can go to?
So they can follow me on Facebook. I'm on X and Instagram at Committee to Elect Kari MacRae. I also have a personal page, Kari MacRae, that they could find on Facebook. And then my website is karimacrae.com. And we're going to be active, but right now, really, we need to focus on supporting the local races. And there's quite a few people that are jumping in for school committees and select boards. And I encourage people to do their research, make sure they vote in their local elections. It's very, very important. That's where the biggest change for our state is going to come, is from the local elections.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today. Again, that's Republican Kari MacRae putting her hat in the ring for the Plymouth Barnstable State Senate seat. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you. We'll be back at